Past week, Thursday, I think it was, we saw the new policy come out of the Trump administration. AtlantaBlackStar.com reported on this U.S. to end policy that let legal pot flourish. This article is from January 4th, 2018. We know New York Times had an article also from the same day, January 4th, 2018. Trump administration takes step that could threaten marijuana legalization movement. Associated Press reported this. It was picked up by AtlantaBlackStar.com. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is rescinding the Obama-era policy that had paved the way for legalized marijuana to flourish in states across the country. Two people with knowledge of the decision told the Associated Press. Jeff Sessions will instead let federal prosecutors, where pot is legal, decide how aggressively to enforce federal marijuana law, the people said. See, once again, people have to understand, at the federal level, marijuana, whether it's medical, medicinal, recreational, is still illegal. Okay? Now, Republicans talk about states' rights, but I guess it does not apply here. Okay? Republicans talk about how to enforce states' rights, right? During the election, Trump and video of this resurfaced, right, after this policy change came out on Thursday. Trump said that he would leave it up to the states whether or not they wanted to legalize marijuana recreationally or medicinally. Well, this action from Jeff Sessions is a reversal. Now, the people familiar with the plan spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss it before. Just a second. They were not authorized to discuss it before before the announcement expected on Thursday. Now, the move by Donald Trump's Attorney General likely will add to confusion about whether it's okay to grow, buy, or use marijuana in states where pot is legal, since long-standing federal law prohibits it. It comes days after marijuana shops open in California. So I was just in California for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. January 1st, 2018, New Year's Day, recreational marijuana became legal in the state of California. Okay? So this change in policy comes days after marijuana shops open in the state of California, launching what is expected to become the world's largest market for legal recreational marijuana. And as polls show, a solid majority of Americans believe the drug should be legal. While Jeff Sessions has been carrying out a Justice Department agenda that follows Trump's top priorities on such issues as immigration and opioids, the changes to marijuana policy reflect his own concerns, because Sessions has long been an advocate against using marijuana rather legally, recreationally, medicinally, period. Trump's personal views on marijuana remain largely unknown. Jeff Sessions, who has assailed marijuana as comparable to heroin and has blamed it for spikes in violence, have been expected to ramp up enforcement. Marijuana advocates argue that legalizing the drug eliminates the need for a black market and would likely reduce violence, since criminals would no longer control the marijuana trade. Now, the Obama administration in 2013 announced it would not stand in the way of states that legalize marijuana, so as long as officials acted to keep it from migrating to places where it remained outlawed and out of the hands of criminal gangs and children. Jeff Sessions, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, is rescinding that memo written by then Deputy Attorney General James M. Cole, C-O-L-E, which had cleared up some of the uncertainty about the federal government, of how the federal government would respond as states began allowing sales for recreational medical purposes. Once again, this is an example of how elections have consequences. So you had a lot of people in the 2016 election. It was on the ballot in 5 states for recreational marijuana. You had millennials that came out and voted yes for recreational marijuana, but they didn't vote for president. And now you got Trump. Let's go to Cedric. Line 1, Cedric, welcome to the African History Network show. Thanks for holding. Go ahead with your question or comment. Cedric, you're on the air. We have Cedric. Okay, we're going to try to get Cedric on here. If you're on the cell phone, Cedric, hit the mute button. We can't hear you. Okay, so while we wait on getting Cedric together there. So once again, check out this article from AtlantaBlackStar.com. U.S. to end policy that let legal pot flourish. Then that was from January 4th, 2018. Then we have the article also from the New York Times. Trump administration takes step that could threaten marijuana legalization. Okay? The viability of the multi-billion-dollar marijuana legalization movement was thrown into new doubt on Thursday when the Trump administration freed prosecutors to more aggressively enforce federal laws against the drug in states that have decriminalized its production and sale, most recently the state of California. Okay, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, long a vocal opponent of the legalization of marijuana, rescinded an Obama-era policy that discouraged federal prosecutors, in most cases, from bringing charges wherever the drug is legal under state law. Okay, check out that article from AtlantaBlackStar.com as well.